Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be going through my top 15 Meta Quest 3S best games and apps for you to experience your new headset. This headset just came out today, so a lot of people are going to be diving into VR for the first time, and I wanted to bring it back and kind of showcase all of my favorite games and apps that have come out over the last few years that the Quest has been around that I think I would experience and show off to someone who has never seen VR. We're going to talk about different reasons for that as well. And the Meta Quest, 3S, as a lot of people know, is basically like a Quest 3. You have all the processors exactly the same inside, so the Snapdragon XR3 is all in there, and you'll be able to experience all the different games and stuff that the Quest has in all its glory, thanks to that same processor being on both. So there's a lot of things here to be excited about if you just got a Quest 3S with mixed reality, with all the games that have been available for a long time. If you're just diving into VR, welcome. There's a lot of things to explore, and let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so this list is not in any particular order, it's just the top 15 in general, but the first one we're going to start off with is nice and slow for those of you guys who are new to VR, and that is Walkabout Mini Golf. Walkabout Mini Golf is exactly what you think it is. It is a mini golf game, but man, this game has come out a long time ago, and there is so many courses now that are unique that really make you feel like, hey, this is what VR can do. You can come in here with your friends, play mini golf with up to eight of your friends together, which is a really social experience. So you can go ahead and experience a little bit of what social VR is like when you're playing a game like this, but the mini golf and the courses are so imaginative every time they come out with new courses, and they're still coming out with new courses to this day. There's courses based on a lot of different things, even things like the Labyrinth, Exploding Kittens, the board game, Journey to the Center Earth. There's so many cool properties and cool things that they've done in this mini golf game, and it kind of blows me away every time, and it's the detail that really sets it apart. Check this one out. The next one at number 14 is Deo Battles. So if you guys want to experience what it's like to play a Dungeons and Dragons type of game in VR, this is here for you. So Deo Battles is actually a spin-off of the original Deo game, so there is that one as well if you want to play it. That one takes about 2 or 3 hours when you play with your friends around the table. Deo Battles is a PvP instead of the original Deo, which was cooperative, so depending on what you like. But this one here only takes like 15 minutes to play, and you get the kind of Deo experience in a much more short version, where you can play a quick game in 15 minutes and you're playing PvP against your friends. It is really, really cool. It kind of shows you, what D&D can kind of look like in VR, using all your different cards and using all your monsters and moving them around the board and kind of trying to eliminate your opponents. It is super fun, super cool. A lot of, really cool card effects and a lot of variety in the gameplay and stuff. And like I said, if you want the cooperative version of this and you want to play with your friends for 2 to 3 hours, there is the original Deo as well, so you can check that out as well. Both of them are fantastic. So Deo Battles coming in at number 14. The next one at number 13 does not need any introduction if you just got your Quest 3S, and you have probably heard about this game a lot over the years because it came out, originally when the Quest came out, and that is Beat Saber. It's still a game that I play all the time. They just came out with the Britney Spears pack. They're always coming out with new packs. The custom songs that you can get from the modding community is what keeps this game alive. So you can dive into that on the Quest. There's so many, the game is just addicting. It seems simple in nature when you're looking at it in the video, but feeling like a badass using these lightsabers and kind of dashing them around to the beat of the music is really, really cool. And the fact that we have, them releasing new song packs all the time, and, the community releasing their own custom songs as well, keeps us alive forever. And it's still a game that I come back to every single day, even though it came out years ago, and it's still one of the first things I'd put someone in if they just got a Quest. So Beat Saber coming in at number 13. The next one here coming in at number 12 is 11 Table Tennis. This is a game that I notoriously talk about on this channel as a game that made me get rid of my real life ping pong table, because that is how good it is in VR. It is so good. The physics are fantastic. They're still updating this game to this day. They've added some new environments and stuff like that into the game now. But if you want to experience what it's like to see physics in VR and see a game in VR that can really make you feel like, hey, I don't even need a real life ping pong table anymore in my house, because, why wait till friends to come over in my house? I can play this online with anybody around the world and be able to play ping pong anytime I want. And it feels just like I'm playing a real life version of ping pong. And that's exactly what happened to me. You know, I love my ping pong table in real life, but I had to wait for friends to come over. And this game feels like I'm playing ping pong anytime I want, and I can play against people, you know, online. And even though this game came out a long time ago, there's always somebody online at any time of the day because the community on this is thriving and everyone knows how good this game is. So definitely want to check out 11 Table Tennis coming in at number 12. The next one coming in at number 11 is Racket Club, another sports game, but this one kind of takes into account that it's, you know, a tennis combination of racquetball and stuff like that, combining it together. It is really, really fun. Again, this is another game that's going to really show you like what social VR can do, because you go into like this social hub where you can play together against, you know, either 1v1 or 2v2, as you guys can see here, playing racquetball, trying to keep the ball off your side and trying to hit it on the other side for the opponent to miss it. It is super addicting. Again, the physics are spot on, and you know, the community's, you know, alive and well. There is a solo career in here if you want to play solo as well, but the online is where it's at. You can join clubs and stuff like that as well. And the online is cool because you have like a little area where you're not just playing the 2v2 match, but there's people all around you playing their own matches as well. You can go up to them, talk to them, watch them play, you know, in real time and stuff like that. It's just a super cool experience. One of my favorite sports games in VR overall in general. Racket Club coming in at number 11. The next one here coming in at number 10 is Smash Drums. Now, if you guys are really big fans of Rock Band all those years ago, like I am, where you played it on the Xbox 360 or Xbox One, or you're like me and you still have the Rock Band guitars and stuff, or you're recently playing it in Fortnite when they added, you know, guitars to that. This is that game for VR, where you have like drumsticks virtually in your hand and you're playing these songs, and they have released song packs for songs that we actually all know and love. Great songs that they've been adding into this game, and hopefully that continues. And you can play either in this mode where you have the drums actually coming at you. They have really cool mixed reality in this game as well, or 3D environments while you're on stage. But they also have the standard version of, you know, instead of the notes flying at you, you can see like the Rock Band notes kind of flying at you instead. So there's two different ways of playing it. Those drums coming at you, you know, in the unique way that this game does it, or the way that you're kind of used to seeing Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and the way that those notes are kind of there. You can also play it like that as well, which is super cool that you have different ways of playing it. Again, if you want to play Rock Band in VR, this is my favorite game for that genre. It feels super good. The songs are great. The environments are fantastic, and it's super fun to play, and it has multiplayer as well. Smash Drums coming in at number 10. The next one here coming in at number 9 might surprise some folks who watch me on this channel for a long time, but this is Star Wars Pinball VR. And the reason that this one is on the list is because, again, if you're new to VR and you're getting a Quest 3S, experiencing what VR pinball can be like, if you have no other way to experience it, is amazing. I just experienced VR pinball in Visual Pinball X this past week on a virtual pinball table, which I still got to do a video on. But this is, you know, the best thing you can get as far as experiencing VR on the Quest, and this is super cool, and it kind of showcases, you know, if you're a fan of pinball especially, or a fan of Star Wars, this kind of shows you like, hey, what can VR bring to pinball? And this is what it does. It makes you feel like you have a real life pinball table in front of you, and it takes advantage of the 3D space around you with a cool environment that you're kind of be in and stuff like that. Cool collectibles that you can get while you're playing. The mini games that kind of take advantage of being in VR that you can never do in a regular pinball game. It is really cool. I was actually hoping that they continued down this path and maybe made like a Marvel collection and stuff like that, and not just stopped at Star Wars. But all the Star Wars tables that Zen has created are all here, and it is super cool. If you're a pinball fan or you want to see what pinball can do in VR, this is one I definitely recommend you guys check out. Star Wars Pinball VR coming in at number 9. The next one here coming in at number 8 is a really new game that is on this list, and that is Exploding Kittens, that just came out over the last couple weeks. And that is because I'm a huge believer of board games being done in VR, and this is the most recent one. And it is also a really popular board game that a lot of people who are watching this video are probably going to know, because, you know, Exploding Kittens is kind of taking the world by storm as far as that card game. And you know, it is done in VR, and it is done super well. Everything you could want. Multiplayer, local multiplayer, you know, taking advantage of VR and using like the gimmicks that VR gives you with, you know, playing this card game and stuff like that. It is super cool. Social hub where you can kind of play arcade games and stuff with all the people surrounding you. Different modes that you can play Exploding Kittens in. I did a full review on this game. It is fantastic. If you want to experience what board games can do in VR, and when they're done well, check this one out. That is Exploding Kittens coming in at number 8. Now that I've shown you all those games, we're going to go ahead and now kick it up a notch since you've experienced all those and you're a little bit more used to VR. Now you can take it up a notch and start off with Contractors Showdown. This is a battle royale game that kind of feels very, very reminiscent of Call of Duty. And if you don't want Contractors Showdown because you don't like battle royale, they also have Contractors, the original game, which is basically Call of Duty in VR, which is still one of my favorite FPS games in VR, but this is their battle royale counterpart to it. And it is fantastic. It's everything you could hope for. The guns feel great. The graphics are great. Multiplayer, all the different modes like team deathmatch, and control and all that stuff and domination that you would kind of expect in games like this are all here. They have custom maps and maps that they've built themselves as well. Fantastic. And the battle royale version that we're talking about here does exactly what battle royale games do, last man standing and stuff like that. And this is a relatively new game as well, so they are still updating features to this game because this came out this year, but it is fantastic. And if you want a battle royale type experience or a Call of Duty type like experience, check this one out. Obviously after you got used to VR a little bit, because you're going to need your VR legs because you're actually moving in VR. You don't want to throw yourself into this game if you're just starting in VR and get motion sickness right away. So take your time getting into the rest of this list, but once you get to this part of the list and you're used to VR and you got your VR legs, this is a fantastic shooter to play in VR. Contractors Showdown coming in at number 7. The next one here coming in at number 6 is big screen cinema. So if you ever wanted to see what it's like to watch movies in VR and see what that experience is like, this is it. And it is awesome because you can do it socially. You can either watch these things by yourself, either by watching movies that are, provided by a big screen where they have different TV channels and stuff in there that you can watch, or there's actually social rooms that people are creating. And when you're in those social rooms, people are creating all these different rooms, and they're based on, you could be at a campfire or a cinema or inside a home, all these different environments that big screen is creating, like bars and stuff like that you have these gigantic screens in front of you watching all of these different movies and TV shows. And people can host these rooms, or you can host one yourself, which is awesome. And you can put whatever content you want on there. People host 3D movies, so you can see what 3D movies are really like in VR, which is where 3D movies shine, in my opinion. If you thought 3D movies weren't great before, try them in VR because it kind of, sets that world apart. But what really sets us apart is a social fact, and the fact that you're watching all these movies and sporting events and imagine watching, a big game in the NFL or the NHL here with a bunch of your friends in a bar or in a movie theater, or all these different worlds that people are creating and showcasing off. And there's always people in here, always people hosting different rooms for different events, different sporting events, different movies, 3D movies, regular movies. They have karaoke nights. I see a lot of people hosting that now in this as well, where you can go in there and jam out with a bunch of different people, and there's nothing like having 20 people in a room all screaming and playing karaoke. So definitely check this one out. It's free. Definitely not one to be missed. Big screen cinema coming in at number 6. The next one here coming in at number 5 is Horizon Worlds, and this is a game that has changed a lot. This is the Facebook social, hub that, they're pushing a lot in the Quest headset. As soon as you turn it on, you're probably going to be told about it. So it's definitely not something you're going to miss. And of course, it being free, a lot of people always dive into here, but this has changed for the better over the last year exponentially. The graphics have gotten a lot better. They're using, better graphics and stuff to create these worlds, like Super Rumble that you guys will see here in a minute. That was one of the latest ones that they created, which is, a fantastic game. And this is a social hub that I go into more than any other social hub currently. There's always people actively in here. The community has grown a lot since it was first, brought out there. And there's a bunch of different things to experience. People are always hosting different events and stuff like that. You can go to comedy shows. This is where you watch a lot of the Facebook events that they're kind of showcasing off, like live concerts and stuff like that. So you're going to be in here one way or another, but experience it and check out all the games in different areas because it's gotten a lot better than what it used to be. And I think a lot of people still think it's kind of the same way that it was before, and they have added a lot into here. And it seems like the graphics and the games that they're making, like this one here, Super Rumble, really just feel like you're just playing a full-on Quest game within Horizon Worlds. And if this is the quality that we're going to expect going forward, because they have a studio now making games specifically for Horizon Worlds there on Facebook, then, we're going to be in for a lot of great games. And they have released, I believe, Citadels is the other one. that they released in Super Rumble, so we'll see what they come out with next. But I've been super impressed, and like I said, Horizon Worlds is something I keep going back to, so check that one out. Coming in at number 5. The next one here, coming in at number 4, is PopulationOne. This is another Battle Royale game, but this is the one that's owned by Oculus Studios, and the one that has been around for a very long time, so it's been, refined and stuff like that. Really, really fun game if you're into the Battle Royale genre, especially because this one went free to play. It used to cost $30 back when it first came out, but now it went free to play. And, there's nothing like climbing a building and then flying across VR from one building to another, squatting up with your teammates. I love the way that you fly off in the beginning to wherever you want to go. It's just a super fun game. They always have new seasons and new unlockables and stuff. Like I said, the game's been around for a while. They finally do solo now as well, where before it used to just be teams of 3 only. Now you can do solo as well. A lot of different content in this game, a lot of different fun. If you're into the Battle Royale genre and you want to give it a try, being this one's free to play, check it out, PopulationOne. The next one here, coming in at number 3, is Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. This is a full-fledged Assassin's Creed game, and I think a lot of people got shocked by this one as far as how good it ended up being, how good the graphics are, and how it is really a full-on Assassin's Creed game. It's one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games ever made, and I've played all of them, and it's just that good. It's a game, if you're into the Assassin's Creed genre, it's definitely not one to be missed. I was super impressed on how good the graphics look like on the Quest 3. It just kind of blew me away. And then the fact that it was a full-on game, from Ubisoft. I think they did a fantastic job with this game. It's everything I could have wanted Assassin's Creed to be like in VR. Everything that you could want to do in an Assassin's Creed game is kind of done in VR. Super fun, super, inventive and stuff like that. And I think it's one that a lot of people seem to miss. It seems like it didn't sell that well, but it definitely should have because it's amazing. Again, check out Assassin's Creed Nexus, coming in at number 3. The next one here, coming in at number 2, is Starship Home. So this one is for all the people out there that want to experience what mixed reality can do on their Quest headset, because that's what a lot of people, keep hearing about, mixed reality. Well, this game is relatively new as well, but this is the first full-on fledged mixed reality game, in my opinion, that came out where it's not just a mini game, but it's built from the ground up for mixed reality, and it would never work unless if it was mixed reality. But it's not just that it wouldn't work. It's that it's an amazing game in its own right. I mean, you basically have a ship that you're kind of controlling, and it's surrounding in your room, and you visit all these planets, and you have all these alien life forms that visit you. All these different portals come through your wall and stuff like that. These aliens are kind of in your room. You're watering these different plants and stuff like that. They're all in your room. Really colorful game, really unique game, and you're flying to all these different planets and using the controls around your room and stuff like that. Again, I have not seen a full-fledged mixed reality game. There's not that many of those. There's only a couple of other ones besides this one, but this one is my favorite. And the inventiveness of this game, the creativity of this game is bar none amazing. You can just chill on your couch and just look at the stars while you're in there. Starship Home, guys, not one to be missed. One of my favorite games actually for 2024, bar none. Coming in at number 2. And the last one here, coming in at number 1, is Asgards Wrath 2. So for those of you guys who don't know, they made an original Asgards Wrath on the PC, and then the sequel is now on the Quest. And this is as full of a game as you're going to see on the Quest. There is no other game on the Quest that has this much content packed in. This game is like easily over 40 hours and way more if you want to do everything in it. It is a full-on action RPG adventure with a fantastic story, fantastic, RPG elements, fantastic action and combat and stuff like that. Everything about this game is great. It was exactly what everyone hoped for in a sequel, other than the fact that a lot of people would have liked to see it on PC because they wanted the higher end graphics that the first one was kind of known for. Obviously, the graphics in this one can't be as good as the first one because it wasn't built for PC, but it is an outstanding looking game for what the Quest 3 can actually do. And if you want a full-fledged game where you can lose hours and hours and you like action RPGs, this is the game for you. There's no other more full-fledged game on the Oculus headset than this one, and you will lose yourself in this game and in this world for a very long time, and they did a fantastic job with this one. Asgard's Wrath 2, coming in at number 1. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that list of my top 15 games for all you new users who are joining us in VR on the Quest 3S. I hope you guys enjoy your new headset. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel because I do a lot of these lists. The next list you guys are going to see is top horror games for Halloween, and there's a lot of different lists that you'll be seeing here going forward, like all the top ones and top games released in 2024, and so on and so forth, and watching this channel for all the latest reviews and stuff like that on the Quest. I hope you guys, join me on this journey. Hope you guys are having fun with your new headset, and thank you guys for watching. Till next time.